Spurs. Of course, Harry Kane linked with the move to Bayern Munich. Uli Hoeness has been talking a lot about that potential move. Apparently, it's upset Daniel Levy. Has it backfired here?
I don't think so. I think Daniel Levy gets upset particularly easily. And I think he knows he and Hoeness have been around forever. I wonder.
Is Hoeness helping with?
Well, I speculated the other day, like, has Hoeness, after, when he came out and he said, oh, I'm not going to talk about this, and then he goes and he lays out everything in great detail. I'm like, is it
that's
Hoeness?
what he does, doesn't he?
Well, this is exactly. I said, is this Hoeness getting old, or is this Hoeness actually acting a little bit mad to try to force things along?
Every agent I've spoken to over the years, and I work for an agency on one, the hardest person to deal with in football is Daniel Levy. They say it's difficult to get players the right contracts. It's difficult to get players out of.
Well, then if you're Uli Hoeness, you probably should have kept your mouth shut, right? If you knew...
See, I go the other way. I go the other way with Hoeness. Is he not trying to force the issue where he's telling the world, literally, we've got a deal in place for Harry Kane? So he's just telling everyone whether.
Yeah, but that's not going to go over well at Spurs.
Well, it won't. But who cares?
But
who
remember,
cares if you get the deal done?
He's also speaking. Uli Hoeness is also speaking to Bayern fans when he does this, right? Yeah. So he's showing that look, the club have done everything. We've got the deal. If it doesn't happen, it's because Big Bad Levy is the Grinch who's stealing Christmas,
Smart.
right?
Smart.
What do you think?
I'd like to see Harry Kane go to Bayern Munich. I think he needs a move. I think he's been at Spurs a little bit too long. I know I'm not one of these people that thinks you should go and I agree with Gab 100%. You don't go to a club because you think you're going to go and win things. You go to a club because it's going to be better for you. It's going to make you a better player, maybe. You're going to enjoy it more. He's had great times at Spurs. But I think he's become a bit stale over the last couple of years, maybe.
Scored 30 goals last year.
But his actual game hasn't looked the player he was maybe 2 or 3 years ago. And I would say going to Bayern Munich may just give him that extra bit of boost and make him the world-class player that he is.
We said it last night, me and Gab. I don't know if Gab agrees with me. But I think it makes no sense for Harry Kane to move now.
Really?
I don't think it makes any sense. At this present time, Man United can't afford him. So the only deal he might have in place is Bayern Munich, where if he stays one more year on a free transfer, he brings Real Madrid into the conversation, him and Mbappe playing up front. He brings Man City into the conversation, him and Haaland playing up front. He brings everyone to the table on a free transfer. Is Harry Kane
still in those conversations?
Absolutely, 100%, because he's intelligent.
And on a free
he plays
transfer,
at number 10, on a free.
On a free transfer, he brings Manchester United into the conversation.
All of them. That's what I'm saying, all of them. He has the potential for Real Madrid to be signing Kylian Mbappe and Harry Kane on free transfers. And then him and Haaland in the Premier League, wow.
Let's keep it on Bayern Munich, because there's some interesting reports coming out of Germany that they might actually be thinking about parting ways with Joshua Kimmich. This is a player that, for me, is kind of like modern Bayern DNA. Is this the right move, Robbo?
He hasn't played so well the last year or so. I mean, he's a midfield player that they've relied on. He's a player that can get on the ball. He's a good defensive player. He's not the greatest athlete. I've been to a lot of Bayern games over the last season, and he can't get around the pitch as much as you think he would. But in terms of his general play, his understanding of the game, he's a bit like Lahm was of years ago. He's an excellent player. So I can't quite see why they'd want to get rid of him.
I think when you think of Guardiola, his archetypal player, when you have Mascherano and you had Javi Martinez, guys that can play at right back, centre-half, central midfield. I look at Guardiola and I think Kimmich is the perfect player for it.
Really?
I do.
City
so intelligent.
Loading up, man.
And Philipp Lahm's a great comparison. He's more or less a clone of him.
I think there's he had a good relationship with Nagelsmann. I don't know if it's quite as frictionless with Tommy Tuchel. I think that TT, baby. I'm a Tuchelista, I can say that. So I think that comes into it. I also wonder with them signing Kim as well, you have 3 really big, tall centre backs. I don't know where that plays into. I would have thought that's ideal for a midfielder like Kimmich, who maybe doesn't cover all that ground on the pitch. But then you look at the signings that they've made, and you wonder what kind of a team are they building.
Goretzka got linked with West Ham. They're going to lose Goretzka and...
I don't think they're going to lose Goretzka to West Ham.
No, but
as much as you love West Ham, Goretzka's not going to go to West Ham.
I said he got linked.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.